Hello and welcome to Spec Scootz. I've got this Meelod T16 that Meelod sent out, and I want to go through a few of the functions and features and a bit of the stats. And then another video we'll get to first ride and some range testing and get it all checked out. It's a pretty nice unit, just went through the unboxing yesterday. They've got a US warehouse that it was sent out of, and overall I'm pretty impressed. Let's take a look. So it's a small fat tire e-bike that is kind of catered to the teen and the kid market. It has a pretty decent battery. Let's take a look at what this tag says. It's a 48 volt, 13.5 amp hour, 648 watt hours. So pretty decent battery. The motor in the back, it says that it is a 500 watt motor with a 1000 watt peak. We'll put that to the test, see if it can get up any hills and things. Nice long seat to it, and comes with these pillion pegs on the back, so you could even ride somebody on the back. Interesting that it has basically a chain tensioner. That there's no gears here, but it still has a derailleur style tensioner. Dual suspension, a little bit of travel in the front. I'm pretty sure I have maxed it out on jumping it off of a little culvert, and I think that's the most travel that it has in the front. It's quite a loud front suspension bouncing around. Little spring in the back, and it's just a spring. This is all plastic. This is for show. I can flex this around. So it's got kind of cool features that kind of hokey, but pretty cool at the same time. LED light strip underneath and a speaker back here. The speaker can play motorcycle sounds that are built in, but you can also hook it up to a Bluetooth app. It has a battery status indicator up top here. Press that and the LEDs light up on the status of charge. And then pretty nice looking headlight in the front. Came with dual fenders, dual disc brakes. Brakes feel pretty good. It has a thumb throttle, which the more I ride it, the more I'll see how it goes. But it is a little bit touchy. It seems like it's nothing, 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 and then all of a sudden, go, go, go. So you almost have to modulate it. Pretty neat that they have a little branded pad in the middle there. Nice wire routing. Everything seems pretty solid right from the factory. Let's take a look at the startup. That if you press and hold the power button, you get to this screen. And this screen is going to be the password function. In the manual it says that you can customize this password, but I have yet to be able to get to that screen, but it comes with its stock as 8, 8, 8, 8, and now it's unlocked. And it starts off in 0 mode. So even if you hit the throttle to start with, or you do pedal assist, nothing happens until you change this mode. And to change that, it's just these top and bottom ones. This one has a kind of like a light indicator, and this one says M, and that's a power button. But when you hit the top one, it changes the different settings. From what I can tell so far, that number is only changing the amount of pedal assist. It seems like even in 1, the throttle function is still the same amount of torque. To turn the headlights on and off, you press and hold this button, then that little icon comes on, and the headlight turns on. Turn the headlight off. Kind of an odd looking thing that there's some LEDs here that when you change settings, like I'm holding the button to turn on the headlight, and it flashes red and blues for some reason. A little sketchy for the American market. Yeah, so lights are on and it's flashing red and blues. Headlights off and it stops. So, not sure if I would really want to be riding around in the street flashing red and blues all the time. So that's kind of odd. Taking a look more into the functions. When you're on this screen, if you press and hold the M button, it goes into a bicycle assist mode. So I'm going to get the rear tire off the ground a little bit and press and hold this, then that icon shows up and it just automatically starts powering the rear tire. Even if it's down on the ground, it wants to go. So that's kind of an interesting walk assist function, that press and hold that and the bike basically walks itself around. Kind of cool, a little dangerous, but interesting function there. Release it and it stops. The kickstand is a little bit of a straight up and down kind of kickstand. I undid the bolt of it and tried to see if I could make it a little bit shorter to create a little more lean on the bike so that it's easier to stand up on the kickstand at places, but unfortunately it comes with it as it in the shortest setting. So this, without major modification, can't go any shorter. So a little interesting there. We've got, yeah, that red and blues just gets me. And so you can go into different functions by pressing and holding the top and bottom buttons, and this is the advanced menu. So the first function is going to be the brightness. So 2 is the most bright, 0 is the least amount of brightness. I get that to 2. This is going to be whether you want it to measure in miles or kilometers. Press that again. This one is going to be the amount of timeout until it shuts down. So I believe it came as 10 minutes and I changed it to 15. You can go all the way up to 1 hour, I believe, 60 minutes until it times out. We're going to keep that at 15 minutes, seems appropriate. And then this setting is the last setting. I'm not sure, man. So this is the last setting. Oh, there's track day stuff going on today. There's dudes on scooters, there's people on bikes. So I'm out here at the track. Going back into the settings, let's get to that last one. So I've got it at this 27. There's 3 different modes. One is 15 miles an hour max speed, 20 miles an hour max speed, and then 27 miles per hour max speed. It comes stock at 20 miles per hour max speed. So I boosted that up to the 27. It does, at least it displays on the display 27. And you can just let it time out, or you can press and hold that button to get out of the menu. And on the display it has battery indication, your speed. It's looking for these NFC tags, so it comes with 2 of these NFC smart cards. They turn it off, and they also turn it on. So if you have one of these cards, you don't have to go through that 4-digit typing in the password. Looking then down at these functions, with this slider in the left-hand position, this top button does nothing. Horn works when it's on. And then when you slide this slider over to the right, lights come on, and it starts off into motorcycle mode. But right there, it actually remembered that it was Bluetooth connected to my phone. So now it is Bluetooth connected to my phone, and if I play music, it actually flashes with the flashing of the music. So I'm going to mute the music there, but there, now we're playing something, and it actually flashes and creates kind of equalizer display as the tunes are playing. Pretty cool. I'm going to disconnect the Bluetooth, and then it switches to motorcycle sound mode. There is no way to turn this down, really. It is just blaring out of this back speaker here. Kind of a hokey mode that I'm gonna put the back tire back up again, and it makes a revving sound, but then when you're going, it just does a rev limiter sound. So, like we're there. Okay, now back. Oh, I turned it on. We're in function 0, so don't even need to put it in the air. But when you're going at full throttle, it just and does that, which is a little bit annoying. This top button now goes through and changes the different sounds of the motor revving. So before that other one was kind of an inline 4. There's that one.
BP mode.
Bluetooth mode. Oh, I pressed and held it, and that's what changed it to Bluetooth mode. So short press changes the different revving sounds. Oh, big V8. Let's see how they sound when you're in pedal assist mode. So, no function of you're just at idle sound if you are in pedal assist mode. So, kind of odd. Kind of an odd function, but for kids, it could be kind of cool. And I think you can double tap it and it actually cycles backwards through the different sounds. But we're gonna click that and keep it in Bluetooth mode. It's kind of a hokey function, but cool at the same time. It is catered to teens and kids. The fat tires seem like they're pretty confidence-inspiring. It goes over terrain pretty well. It was pretty easy to put together and seems decently well made. It would be nice, like there is tapped holes here. It'd be nice if there was like a bag that came with it, some sort of storage, something. There's also tapped holes here that could potentially be for a rack system. It would really be nice as well to be able to change the volume of the speaker. In Bluetooth mode, it basically, if you just let it sit, it's gonna sit there for that 10 minutes or however long you have that timeout as. So basically, if you're gonna use it as a speaker and you just let it sit, even if you have it set to the 60, it's gonna time out and turn itself off after whatever that timeout setting that you have. So, pretty interesting of a little e-bike. Well, there we are with the different functions, how to turn it on, how to mess with the Bluetooth and the motorcycle sounds, how to get into the advanced menu. Overall, I'm excited to put this thing to the test. This is the Meelod T16 Sport e-bike. Thank you for watching Out of Spec Scootz. You have a great day.